So the teaser for the upcoming Green Lantern series, Lanterns on HBO Max, came out yesterday, and people have been going absolutely insane. They've been criticizing this trailer so much, it boggles my mind because I did the trailer reaction yesterday. I absolutely loved it. I think it's going to be the best project in the DCU when it comes out. And not even by a close margin. I have complete faith in Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy. I mean, they are massive talents in Hollywood, and based off their past projects and what I'm seeing in this teaser, this show is going to be great. I guarantee you this right now. This show is going to be vastly superior to Superman, Supergirl, Creature Commandos, anything that's in the DCU out right now. So, in this video, we'll talk about all the 7 complaints that people have about the show, why they have them, and why I like what I'm seeing here. Let's start off with number 1. No green glow. I grew up with the Justice League cartoon, the animated series Justice League Unlimited, so I'm very used to the green glow. When I think of Green Lantern, I think he puts a ring on, he starts using his powers, he has this green glow all around him. That's what I'm used to, so I understand that. But there are comic books where he doesn't have the green glow around him when he's using his powers. Video games like Injustice, when you pick his character to fight with him, there's no green glow around him. So it's been done before where he doesn't have a green glow. But I get it. You can have a preference. You can want the green glow, and that's completely fine. You're finally getting Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart on it's not the big screen, it's on the TV screen. But I mean, like, come on, give us what we've all been waiting for. The thing is, why are you complaining about that right now? We just had James Gunn's Superman with Guy Gardner Green Lantern in there. He didn't have the glow. I don't remember anybody complaining about that. In fact, I remember people, oh my gosh, Guy Gardner is so fantastic. His Green Lantern is awesome. I love it. James Gunn, I mean, James Gunn can do no wrong. You know what I mean? I remember people loving Green Lantern and that. Nobody was complaining. So why are you complaining here? If you wanted to complain when they first put out the pictures. I mean, I was complaining. I'm like, what is with the suit? What is with it looked goofy. I mean, I understand the character of Guy Gardner is supposed to be somewhat like that, but I talked about how I did not like that suit. I did not like the way they looked. It was too cheesy, okay? But people loved it. And so we're not going to get a green glow in Lanterns, all right? So I don't understand what the big surprise is. You knew we were not going to get a green glow in this show because Guy Gardner didn't have a green glow in Superman. Now, number 2, this is a massive one. No green suit. So I threw the first image that we got from the trailer into my image editing software. This is what we got. This thing is so freaking dark. Okay, you know, I tweaked with it a little bit, got to this, and threw on some AI upscaling and got to this, and then increased the saturation so you can see, you know, what the suit would look like in proper lighting without the color grading. Okay, even still, it's not really green. I mean, it is green, but it is leaning towards the yellow a bit more, you know? And colors are so important to Green Lantern because there's literally yellow lanterns. So when you see a Green Lantern, you want the guy to look green. But I mean, see, when they announced Lanterns, this HBO series, right? They showed images. They showed an image from Earth 1, Lanterns, Earth 1, Green Lantern, Earth 1, something like that. It's a comic series, right? And there's panels in that where Hal Jordan is like this limeish, like yellowish, greenish kind of a color, right? And you can see the similarities in the tones here. Now, again, compare this to Guy Gardner's suit in Superman. That suit was white with some green detailing. This is way more green. Just look at the suit. You have green over here in the symbol. You have green over here in the shoulders. The whole chest piece, the armors, the chest armor, the shoulder pad armor, that is leaning towards the yellowish green, but the suit underneath it, I mean, I guess you could say that might be black, but I think it's going to be green. Like if we up the saturation here, it's looking more along the green, but then you could say, hey, that could be the light reflecting or something like that. But let's say it's green. So you have the majority of the suit, this dark green with armor plating that's more on the limeish, olivish green kind of a side. That is so much more green than Guy Gardner and Superman. So why weren't you complaining about Guy Gardner's suit and Superman, but you're complaining about this not having enough green? I think this is more green than Guy Gardner's. Now, also regarding the suit, people are going back and looking at the Ryan Reynolds movie and saying, that suit was so good. We shouldn't have been complaining about. We didn't know what we had back then. because we had the fully, like the sci-fi fantasy, the fully, green suit. He puts the ring on, the suit comes on, and this is just a suit hanging in the closet. Again, nobody complained about Guy Gardner in Superman. He was wearing regular clothes. He didn't have a green glow. He put the ring on, the suit didn't come on. He literally, those were clothes that he was wearing. So it's in the same universe. This is going to be clothes that he's wearing. I don't understand why everybody's so shocked and surprised about this. If you wanted to complain about this, you should have complained years ago. Years ago, they should have heard your complaint, and then maybe we could have made a change. But we are already invested in this universe. We already have seen what a Green Lantern can look like. We're going to follow the same pattern here, okay? This is all in the same DCU. Now, the next one. This one is, I get it, but it's also absolutely absurd at the same time. Because we knew, we knew about this for years. There's no space. They're like, this is a Green Lantern show. There's space cops. I want to see space. This should be a sci-fi fantasy show. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Why is there no space? Why is this thing set in Earth? Why is it so gritty? I mean, see, as you can see, this bleeds through all the remaining complaints about the show. Cue the footage.
This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth.
As you just heard, James Gunn said since day one, since the day the show was announced, that this show is going to be a true detective style show that is terrestrial based. What does the word terrestrial mean? Pertaining to Earth. Okay, we knew since day one the show was going to be taking place on Earth. It was true detective style. It's going to be down to earth, gritty story taking place on Earth. It's going to be a cop drama mystery thriller show taking place on Earth. I don't understand why this is brand new news to people. Unless you weren't there for the announcement of the DCU, of the Gods and Monsters, the initial slate, right? Unless you weren't there when the show was announced, I get it. But everybody who's been following the DCU, following what James Gunn's been doing, you should know that this show is not going to be in space. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Green Lanterns flying around in space doing their Green Lantern thing. But that's not what was sold to us. That's not what was pitched. That's not what was announced initially. So if you were complaining about this now, why weren't you complaining about it years ago when the initial slate was announced? It doesn't make any sense to me. Again, we knew about these things for so long, yet nobody was complaining about it. They're complaining about it now. I don't understand. Number 4 is the most pathetic criticism. They barely showed any Green Lantern artifacts. They just sprinkled in, oh look, there's a little lantern over there. Oh, there's the ring over there. Oh, there's a suit over there. There's no Green Lantern stuff. This is pretty much just a cop drama that they threw a Green Lantern skin on it. And I mean, they just, shoehorned in some Green Lantern elements in the back end, and that's it. Do you guys not understand that this is a teaser? This is not even a full-on trailer. This is a teaser to the show. An already grounded take on Green Lanterns. This is a teaser, though. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to show you absolutely everything right off the bat in the first teaser trailer for the show? This leads us into number 5. No Green Lantern action. Again, this is a teaser trailer. What do you want them to do? And even for the show itself, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to do like the top 10 highlights of the summer, Green Lantern top 10 highlights of the summer, and put them all into this one TV show? No. Guys, this is the introduction of Green Lantern into the DCU. I mean, whether you like it or not, this is the DC cinematic universe. They're saving the entrees for the movies, not for the TV shows. Okay, right? What is this TV show for? This TV show is to introduce our mainline Green Lantern. Our mainline Green Lantern is John Stewart. He's going to be the Green Lantern in the Justice League, okay? He's not even using the ring yet. He's literally still being trained by Hal Jordan. Okay, so I don't understand how you're expecting to see prime Green Lantern action combat in a TV show where the Green Lantern is not even having the ring yet. Like, calm down. This show, okay, see, this is why I like this show. And this is what I want the DCU to use TV shows for. Save the big epic DC moments for the movies. What you should do for the TV shows is introduce characters, develop chemistry, show the bonds being developed, flesh out these characters, make us fall in love with them. That's why Martian Manhunter is my favorite superhero of all time. I don't want him to get a solo movie right off the bat. It's not going to do well. Honestly, I love Martian Manhunter. Not many people care about Martian Manhunter as much as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. If I want Martian Manhunter to do well in the DCU, I think he should get a TV show first. Flesh out his character, flesh out his origin story, his backstory. People need to understand who he is, his emotions, where he comes from, how he thinks. People need to fall in love with his character, then bring him to the big screen. That's what they're doing right here with Green Lantern. They're introducing John Stewart. They're introducing the dynamic between Hal Jordan and John Stewart. They're showing you development, character development, making you fall in love with this character. And then they'll bring it to the big screen, and then you're going to get your action, your combat, your Green Lantern magic. All right, that's what's going to happen. Come on, guys, this is our very first introduction of the Green Lantern into the DCU. It's a TV series. It's a grounded, True Detective style mystery thriller show. Do you really think they were going to pull out all the stops and show space combat Green Lantern action? Come on now, they're going to save that for the sci-fi fantasy movies. And then now, see, this is going to go into number 6. See how we're bleeding through here. True Detective crime thriller. We knew this again since day one. We knew this was not going to be a sci-fi fantasy series. This is going to be a down-to-earth, gritty take. And again, this is perfect. When it comes to the TV series, all right, these are not your main. This is a DC cinematic universe. This is not cinema. This is on the silver screen. When it comes to these TV series, I'm fine with experimentation. I'm fine with doing something different. I'm fine with taking, as long as the character is true to who the character is, I'm fine with looking at the character from a different lens.
I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique.
And you know what? When you guys heard that clip before, everybody was clapping. Finally, we have somebody who's coming in and saying, hey, we're going to listen to the writers. We're going to listen to the directors. We're not going to let studio execs tell us anything. You know, the director's vision comes first. You know what I said? I said, whoa. That's a slippery slope, because we're just coming off of the DCEU, where the director's vision ran supreme. We had Zack Snyder's Justice League. We had the Snyderverse. We had Zack Snyder's take on these characters. I don't want another director's take, another writer's take, another vision from the creatives about who these characters should be and what stories they should tell. I don't want that. I want Green Lantern to be Green Lantern. I want Superman to be Superman. I want Batman to be Batman. I want the classic traditional take on these characters. I said that since day one. But what did you guys do? What did everybody else do? They were busy applauding James Gunn, saying, oh my gosh, fantastic. It's finally a guy putting the writer and director first. We're getting the vision of the creatives finally. Well, guess what? When you put the director and writer's vision first, when you say, hey, every single project is going to have a completely different tone, this is what you're going to get, guys. This is what I warned you about this, okay? And even still, I'm not mad at this. You want to know why? Because all we have is a teaser. All we have is a teaser and Hal Jordan's suit. We have not seen anything of John Stewart Green Lantern. And honestly, everything that we've seen of John Stewart Green Lantern makes me go, fantastic. He's perfect casting. He's acting right. He could pull off the most classic traditional take on. He could be Justice League Unlimited, Justice League Animated Series, Green Lantern come to life. John Stewart Green Lantern come to life. Based off what I've seen here, nothing here has told me otherwise. This is what I wanted for Superman. They're laying the foundation here. They're laying the foundation of the character, and then we can build up from here. What did we get with Superman? I liked Superman. I gave it an 8 out of 10 even, because we were finally getting a hopeful, optimistic Superman. Henry Cavill Superman. It's so sad, man. Henry Cavill wanted to be the joyful, optimistic Superman, but he wasn't, okay? He might have been perfect casting, but he was far from the perfect Superman. At least with James Gunn's Superman, he captured the heart of the character. Now, was he a fully matured, proper Superman? No. Hopefully he will be in Man of Tomorrow, but we'll see. But here's the thing. With Superman, that was a Superman that was 3 years in. He was still immature. He still wasn't acting like a full-fledged Superman 3 years in. When you have Tom Welling acting like Superman in Smallville when the dude was in high school and in college age. You know what I mean? With this show right here, Jon Stewart's acting like Jon Stewart. You're already building a much more solid foundation for the character here, okay? Whether you don't like the aesthetics of the show, the tone of the show is irrelevant. The character, the foundations of the character being built here is fantastic. Aesthetic and tone-wise, you can worry about that later, because remember, James Gunn said that each project is going to have a different tone. This project is dark, gritty, grim, down-to-earth, realistic, cop, mystery, thriller. The next Green Lantern movie can be a sci-fi fantasy movie, but we built the foundation. We know who Jon Stewart is. This is how he acts. He's a strong, mature man versus Superman, who is still an immature boy, who's kicking off Crypto off his leg while he's walking through the fortress. Now, this takes us to number 7, and I'm sorry, I'm getting heated because the criticisms make absolutely no sense. They contradict one another because nobody said anything about any of this stuff years ago when we knew everything. We knew the direction. Nobody complained. Yet now people are complaining. And honestly, this show looks incredibly solid. It's going to be written incredibly well. It's going to be directed incredibly well. So how are we having so much backlash, especially from a single teaser? It doesn't make sense to me. Now, so too serious. Number 7. This show is too serious. It's too dark. It's too grim. It doesn't feel like Green Lantern. Green Lantern is, supposed to be the sci-fi fantasy vibe, and the show is a dark, gritty cop drama. Again, we knew this going in. What did you expect? All right? Look at what they did with Superman. They pivoted so hard from Man of Steel, went in the completely opposite direction, okay? Because the DCEU failed, and then they pivoted. Now, Superman was met with mixed emotions. Some people hated it. Some people really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, okay? I still think Superman needs to evolve and develop from here. That is not Superman yet. That's still a young, immature Superman. It's weird. He's 3 years in and he's still young and immature, which is why I'm worried about the sequel. I don't trust James Gunn with these characters, okay? This, I feel like, is a much better starting point. This is laying the foundation so much better than what Superman did, in my opinion. But people are complaining that this is too serious. Well, again, look at the previous project, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. People hated that movie. People complained about that movie like crazy. So guess what? Guess what they did? They pivoted completely. Just like they did with Superman, they pivoted from dark to super light. With this, they pivoted from light to super dark. Well, not even super dark yet. It's just a down-to-earth, realistic take. So again, what did you expect? You complained about a CGI suit. They didn't give you a CGI suit this time. So everything has been written on the wall since day one, okay? The fact that everybody's complaining about this teaser trailer now, it shows that nobody's been paying attention, because we knew this is exactly what I expected. And if you've been paying attention since the beginning, it would be exactly what you have expected as well. They delivered exactly what they said they were going to deliver. So yeah, guys, I'm absolutely excited about this show. Like I said, this is when it comes out, this is going to be the best project in the DCU by far. It's going to blow away Superman, Supergirl, Creature Commandos, all of that stuff. This is going to be better than everything, okay? If you guys are worried that you're not going to get your sci-fi fantasy Green Lantern show, like I said, this TV show, the tone is a dark, gritty crime thriller, okay? You're going to get your Green Lantern in the future. Remember, every project is going to have a different tone. This is just building the foundation of the character, building the chemistry, building the bond between the two. We're laying the groundwork here, okay? That's it. This show just happens to have a particular tone. If you don't like the tone, wait for the Green Lantern movie. That'll most likely have the tone you're looking for. So, when the show comes out, I want you to pay attention to the fundamentals. Pay attention to the groundwork. Pay attention to the foundation that's being built. Look at Jon Stewart. See how he's acting. See how he's reacting to certain things. See how he carries himself, okay? See how he interacts with Hal Jordan. All of that stuff. That's what we should take from this show. The epic Green Lantern adventures will come, or at least I hope they will, but that's not what this show is designed to do. So, with that said, let me know all of your thoughts. What did you think about the teaser trailer? What did you think about what we talked about today? After hearing what I said, do you still think that this show is going to be a bad show? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.